Nice.
I was on the last bus going down Willesden Lane one Wednesday night.
I was going to stay with a friend that way. I was
upstairs looking down on the street below
when I heard this awful coughing.
So I looked round.
I don't believe it.
I said,
I don't believe it.
It was the, flea woman, the woman who knew, all about those, wasps.
I don't believe it.
Oh, don't tell me, I said. You've got, what is it?
Giant slugs in your bath.
It's becoming a habit, isn't it? Don't be funny.
She said.
I'm sorry.
Don't like your cough, I said.
Do you think I do?
She said. I suppose not, I said.
It's not as if it's the only thing I'm bothered by.
She said. Well, what's bothering you, I said.
Oh.
It's only a little thing.
I don't believe it.
Well, I'm not superstitious, she said. I don't believe in any of these things like horoscopes or fortune-telling.
None of it. Neither do I said.
But I used to have
mice in my house.
Oh, don't we all, I said.
Well, I don't anymore, she said.
Oh, well, lucky you, I said.
Oh, not a bit of it.
I'd give anything in the world to have one or two of those little devils back, if I could.
You actually want mice, I said. Look.
I could do you a favour any time.
I've never really said thank you for telling me those stories. They weren't stories.
No. Of course not, I said. But, if you want a couple of mice, don't worry, I can get some for you.
Don't.
No.
Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself.
Funny, I thought. There's this woman who's scared.
Telling me about giant wasps and giant fleas. And here she is getting jumpy about a few little mice.
I don't believe it.
Something very strange must have happened to her.
I didn't say that to her, though. Instead, I said, so you
Don't want any new mice, then?
Wouldn't make any difference to me now.
It's too late.
Too late for what? The picture in my eye. You can't wipe that out.
Wipe what out? I said.
The woman looked as if she was kind of in a dream. My dad was attacked.
Aaron, don't touch.
The noise. The glare.
Snatch.
Smells nice.
BANTER.
Logic.
Quiet, please.
What happened?
Fridge.
Saw our jug in there and I thought,
I don't know what.
What's going on?
I got a rotten headache.
What's this?
Racket.
finger in,
My dad.
lick it.
My mum said, don't do it. Oh, no.
I want to.
No need to shout. No need to yell. No need to have a riot. Do it!
Even as I speak.
Would you believe it? I don't believe it. I really don't.
Why don't we go to London Airport?
We could spend all day there, London Airport, looking at the planes. It would be great. Yeah, I said, it'll be great.
I was really looking forward to it.
When we got there, my brother found
Found out that there was this
bus that you could... BANTER! Melanie.
What?
Michael Rosen.
grade, really grade.
So we got the tickets and we got onto the bus, and as we were getting on, I said, Brian,
Yeah, that you
I want to wee. But he can't now.
Toenails. I don't believe it. I really.
BANTER!
This is the last time. I'm dying.
Brian, I want to wee.
But you can't. You can't now. It'll wait.
It's not that long a time to wait.
So we got on. The bus started up, and away we went. The driver starts going, we're coming to runway 4 now. If you look to your right, you can see 2 planes.
I'm dying for a wee.
They'll go away, says my brother.
I want to wee.
What's the matter?
Said the man in front.
He wants a wee, said my brother. Well, you can wait,
Can't you?
said the man. BANTER!
My mum's snatch. Deep down inside, there's a place so sad. Such a sad, sad place. Sometimes it fills up, and it fills up, and it fills up.
BANTER!
That's enough.
Yeah, and it's not as if that old lady didn't warn me either. She said she'd do it so long as I promised I wouldn't watch her.
While she was doing it.
But I couldn't stop myself. I had to. You know how it is. Someone says to you, you can have what you like, so long as you keep your eyes shut. You shut your eyes, you wait, before you know you've done it.
You're peeping.
Oh, dear. I don't believe it. You're a fool to ask. Why, I said.
Because it'll live in your eye like it's lived in mine.
I'll risk it, I said.
Right. I used to suffer from mice, she told me. I'm not scared of them.
Like some folks are.
I don't mind looking at them. I don't mind seeing them. It's the ones...
I don't see it way me, Harry. The thought of them running along under the boards, looking out at you, through the cracks in the walls.
So, you know, I lay traps, ordinary traps, the ones that...
I used to put little bits of broken Kit Kat on them. Funny that, I always think. Funny that mice love something called Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And anyway, I can never be sure that leaving bits of Kit Kat about doesn't attract them. All the others come for a bit, all right, and they don't get caught, do they?
No, I said.
So I got the cake catcher in. He put little rat trays all round full of what looked like lice.
Dead lice.
Anyway, he left the little trays.
The mice will eat this poison, he said, and they'll just keel over and die until their whole lot cop it.
Where, I say to him?
Wherever they're going about their business.
Where?
This stuff burns them up.
I don't believe it.
Gobble it up, keel over.
And the stuff, the poison, like, burns them up.
My mice weren't fooled.
They must have taken one look at them little trays and said to each other,
Trouble! Don't touch it, none of you. It may look juicy, but really it's poison.
I had...
Especially clever mice.
You see, what I've learned, that it's no use treating mice like you would bugs and flies.
Mice have got ways of telling each other what's going on. So how did you get rid of them?
Come on, tell me. If you're going to tell me, tell me. If not, forget it.
Don't push it, son, she says.
I'll tell you if you really want me to, but I'm warning you.
What I tell you might live in your head for the rest of your days like it has in mine.
Right. I'm ready for anything you've got.
Well, everybody round our way knows Mrs. Kent.
And if they don't know her, they know of her.
She's lived there all her life and all her people before her. Someone said to me,
If you got mice, go see Mrs. Kent. She'll fix them for you.
So, because all else had failed, that's what I don't know. Everyone knows
It's never
much use knocking up Mrs. Kent, because she's hardly ever in, and when she's in, she's asleep.
so one day, not long after my Superman and his little trays had come,
And I was finding the tales of doings on my draining board, I saw our Mrs. Kent coming down on the road. I started in on her, direct.
Hello, dear. You got away with mice, have you, Mrs. Kent?
So what if I have?
Well, if you have, I say, would you be feeling like doing someone a favour?
I might, but then I might not. What's your trouble?
I got mice, I say.
What's so wrong with that?
Well, I don't want them, I said. I don't like their dirt.
They're no dirtier than the houses they're living in.
Well, my house is clean.
Well, so are your mice.
Well, I don't want them eating my food.
Well, what? Can't you afford it?
I like to choose who I sit down and eat with, put it like that.
Well, you had the counselling, have you?
Yes, I said.
Did it take?
Did what take?
Did the poison take?
No, I said, they didn't take it.
You got the bad uns. Yeah, they're mad, that lot. Yeah, I know this lot. Yeah, never mind, you're experts. Yeah, no, I'll get rid of these here mice of yours. But I'm warning you, don't watch me doing it. That's all I ask of you. No money, nothing. Just don't watch me doing it. Or what you see will live with you for the rest of your life. You promised?
I promise, I said.
I'll come to you as soon as I can.
a couple of days later, 11:30 at night, I'm just unplugging my telly, going off to bed when
It's her.
I've come to get them, she says.
and she's over my step and in without a by your leave or nothing, got a knife.
Yes, I say, yes.
This is where you go, girl. Leave me to my business. But mark my words, don't watch me at my business.
I shut the door, leaving her my kitchen, she told me. But something drew me back to that door. I turned, got down on my knees, and there I was like some peeping Tom, peering through the keyhole. First thing Mrs. Kent does is sit down at my table, take her bag onto her lap, and out of the bag,
She takes half a loaf of bread.
next she takes a little penknife. Now this little penknife had two rusty blades, one either end.
Yeah?
The one she sticks in the open end of the loaf where it's sawn off. Next thing, she takes up the loaf with the knife stuck in it and she starts off
Round the room as if she's looking
for one of these mice. In the end, she comes to a hole between the boards and the skirting, and straightway she's laying down the loaf a little way back from the hole with the blade of the knife sticking out. Next thing, she takes my chair and sets it down a little way
Back from the loaf and knife.
and then she switched out the light and she went and sat on the chair. Only the lights from the street shone in, and there she sat, staring at the loaf and knife, and beyond it the wall, and there was me, peering through the keyhole, not daring to breathe. She sat there, staring at that hole.
Scrape,
Scrape,
out of the hole.
came
A mouse.
it came,
Slow, careful,
sniffing up the blade of the knife.
Mrs. Kent sat there with the street light shining in, her eyes fixed. Not a hair on her head moving, and there was me at the keyhole, staring. The mouse stopped at the blade, sniffed again, and then back it ran to the hole, and still she sat, and still she stared. Until, all of a sudden, there was another little sound.
Out of the
Hole.
came.
A mouse.
Maybe
It was the same one. Maybe it was the next
next door neighbour.
I shall never know. I couldn't see
See
clear enough anyhow. Anyways, this time,
And it came as if its back legs were holding it back. They were fighting to stay put, but its front legs were pulling it on. There was a real struggle going on inside that mouse, coming faster than it was going, digging its back legs in with its front legs, pulling,
Got to the blade.
and slit its little throat until it moved no more.
at that,
Old Mrs.
Kent, she got her up. She took a cloth and paper bag. Out of her bag, she picked up the mouse by its tail, put it in the paper bag. She put the paper bag back into her bag. She mopped the blood off the floor, wiped her knife clean, put the cloth in her bag, pulled the knife out of the loaf, snapped the blade shut, put the knife in the bag, and put the loaf in the bag.
And the whole time it went on, I was still watching. I just couldn't tear myself away from that keyhole. She got up, turned, and came towards the door. And still, I couldn't tear myself away. She opens the door, and there I am, still on my knees.
Don't say I never told you. What you've just seen will live in your head till your dying day. It will torment you for the rest of your life, or till you find a way of ridding yourself of it.
At that, the woman, the Bakerloo flea woman, turned on me, sitting there upstairs on the last bus home, with a funny look in her eye. And I have. I just have, she said. I feel easy in myself for the first time since I seen the whole business with the loaf and knife, because I've just told you all that happened.
Now, it'll live with you for the rest of your life and torment you like it did me till you find a way to get rid of it.
And that was that. She left me there. I was 4 or 5 stops past my stop on the last bus, and I had to walk back over a mile through the dark streets, thinking about what she said.
It will live with you like it did me till you find a way to get rid of it.
I found myself thinking,
Yeah, but how? How can I get rid of it?